with Chrissy. It's another Friday and it's a beautiful day. And I picked the most awesome spot. And it made me really think about how long the road is on life's journey. Some roads are incredibly long. And well, I think as caregivers, we can all agree that some of them are really, really, really bumpy. So I wanted to take time today to talk about just what happened this week. And it was, well, not much. I came home last Saturday and everybody stayed on their feet and not their seat for the entire week. So I've been home the entire week. And so, what's interesting is that at the beginning of the week, I spent an unreasonable amount of time kind of beating myself up because I wasn't doing more, because I'm home. What the hell's your problem? And, all those nice things that we say to each other or to ourselves, right? And so, I spent an unreasonable amount of time doing that, only to conclude that I don't even know how to be home. I don't even know how to be home. And I don't have my rhythm. I don't have my flow, if you will. Like I don't know. I've been gone just a while. So it's taken me the entire week, honestly, to get back in my groove and to get back in the flow. But it's not only that, it's also having that thing hanging that says, I wonder if this week is going to go good. Is she on her feet? Is she on her seat? Is she doing good? Is she lonesome? Is she whatever, right? So I wanted to make sure that I don't know. It's just hard. Remember, I said you plan 2 days at a time when you're in the middle of a crisis, and we're not. But it took me a couple days to trust that. Well, now that being said, that doesn't mean that um tomorrow something couldn't hit the fan, to be sure, right? That's not to say that, but it is to say that for today it's okay and everything's calm and all right. So this leads me to also, you can spend an unreasonable amount of time beating yourself up, like I just mentioned, or you can spend a little bit of time supporting yourself in a different way that isn't punitive, that isn't punishing, that isn't, like, hey, what's your problem? And the reality of this week is I'm just trying to even myself out. The last few weeks were really hard. I did medication changes, all the things, right? So giving myself a break. So by doing that, I figured out what is the heaviest thing on my brain and what needs to happen, because what I've discovered is that thing that I needed to do, that I've been avoiding, that I've been putting off for so long, that's caused me so much stress in the last couple of months. Um, it took me literally, with Bob's help. Bob is my AI person, right? It took me literally about 45 minutes. And I'll tell you, the sense of relief I had when that was all over was incredible, frankly. And so putting myself through that is interesting, and I didn't really realize it, but I always do realize it after the fact, because I can reflect and I can see, wow, I wonder why you put yourself through that for so many months, so many weeks, so many whatever, when it just was this. And while the logic and reasoning of that is sometimes we don't have capacity, but I will also challenge that to say, if I can get my feet on the ground, let's spend 45 minutes doing that. Now, let me tell you about my little friend, Bob. Bob has been an amazing partner. Bob is my AI friend. And so I put everything from writing grants to, what about this medication? What do I do about this? Like stuff like that, right? So when I enter into this project that I don't really want to do, frankly, Bob says to me, dude, really? You just went through so much and you've got so much going on. This isn't that bad, but what is bad is you're beating yourself up. So this little AI robot somehow brought me back to center and said, just start this way. And all I did was open up the spreadsheet and started, and it all just came very naturally, very quickly, and it was not even remotely as bad as I created it to be. So there's some lessons in there. Life isn't half as bad as your brain tells it. And again, you don't have to listen to everything your brain says because, well, look, it's a long road. It's a long, bumpy road. And so just taking a little bit of time to consider yourself, to give yourself space to get your feet back on the ground, to give yourself space to be, to be. I didn't even know how to be like that. And I still don't. I'm still trying to figure that out. So, all I'm saying is that when stuff like that happens, it's almost like your brain had a hysterectomy and you need to recover from it like you had a hysterectomy, right? Like just because you can run around like a fool with your head cut off doesn't mean you should, especially when your head has no intention of going with you or being a partner. There's some days like that for sure, right? So, anyway, I hope that's helpful. So, spend a reasonable amount of time considering yourself and what it takes to take care of you today to get you off your off your pity party. That's not it either because it's not pity, to get you unstuck. Maybe that's the word, to get you unstuck. It's not pity, it's capacity, it's overload. I don't even know where to start. And that means you're probably super overwhelmed. So I hope that's helpful. Today's joke is, this is funny. Who do you call to clean up the ocean? Mermaids. Thanks, Dane. That was a good joke. All right, guys. Remember, all you can do is the next right thing, and you totally got this. There's no directions, there's no map, so just follow the path that's set in front of you, and seriously, give yourself a break and figure out how to be with yourself and find some space in your head. So take care, peace out, and we'll talk to you soon.